The Ashanti kingdom was vibrant, a place where the air was filled with the sounds of laughter, music, and the rhythmic beats of drums. The market was always bustling with activity, a kaleidoscope of colours and scents that tantalized the senses. Life pulsed through its people, each individual contributing to the rich tapestry of the community. The Ashanti people were known for their warmth, their resilience, and their deep connection to their heritage. Its heart beat with tradition, a rhythm that was felt in every dance, every song, and every story passed down through generations. Festivals were a time of joy and celebration where the community came together to honor their ancestors and their culture. At its center stood Kofi, a man revered not just for his skill, but for his wisdom and the stories he wove into every piece of cloth. He was a living bridge between the past and the present, a keeper of the Ashanti spirit.
I am a weaver. My hands have learned the language of the threads, and through them I speak the stories of my people.
His hands moved with ancestral grace, each movement a dance that had been perfected over centuries. The loom was his instrument, and with it he created symphonies of color and pattern. He coaxed stories from colorful threads, each one a vibrant tale of love, bravery, and tradition. The Kente cloths he created were more than just fabric, they were a testament to the Ashanti way of life. His Kente cloths were legendary. They were coveted possessions, sought after by those who understood their true value. Each piece was a masterpiece, a work of art that carried the essence of the Ashanti people. Each one held history and spirit, a tangible connection to the past. The intricate patterns and vibrant colors told stories that words could not capture. They were worn with pride, a symbol of identity and heritage. To wear Kente was to carry a piece of the Ashanti soul.
My workshop is alive with color. It is a place where dreams are woven into reality, where each thread is a promise of something beautiful.
Spools of thread lined the walls, each one a potential story waiting to be told. The colors were vibrant, each hue carefully chosen to convey a specific emotion or message. Each one held the promise of a story, a tale that would be woven into the fabric of the community. The threads were more than just materials, they were the lifeblood of the Ashanti culture. Kofi would run his hand over them, feeling the texture and weight of each spool. He knew that the right thread could make all the difference, turning a simple piece of cloth into a work of art. He searched for the perfect hues, the colors that would bring his vision to life. Each choice was deliberate, each thread a vital part of the story he was about to weave. He listened to their whispers, the silent stories that each thread carried. It was as if the thread spoke to him, guiding his hands and his heart. Each thread held a part of his ancestors, a piece of the past that he was entrusted to preserve. Through his weaving, he kept their memories alive. His heart swelled with pride, knowing that his work was a tribute to those who came before him. He was not just a weaver, he was a guardian of his people's heritage.
One day, a messenger arrived. He brought news that would change my life forever.
He carried a message from Queen Nana Yaa, a summons that was both an honor and a mystery. The Queen's word was law, and her summons was not to be taken lightly. Kofi was summoned to the palace, a place of grandeur and history. The palace was the heart of the Ashanti kingdom, a symbol of its strength and unity. His heart pounded in his chest, a mix of excitement and apprehension. What could the Queen want with a humble weaver? He wondered what the Queen desired, his mind racing with possibilities. Whatever it was, he knew it would be significant, a moment that would shape his destiny. The palace was a vision, a magnificent testament to the grandeur of the Ashanti kingdom. Its walls glowed with the spirit of Ashanti, radiating a warmth that seemed to embrace all who entered. Intricate carvings adorned every surface, each one telling a story of bravery and valor from the kingdom's storied past. They whispered of ancient wisdom, passed down through generations, a silent testament to the resilience and strength of the Ashanti people. Kofi felt humbled in their presence, the weight of history pressing down on him as he stood in awe of the grandeur around him.
Welcome, Kofi. Your presence here is a testament to your skill and dedication.
Queen Nana Yaa greeted him warmly. her regal demeanor softened by a genuine smile that spoke of her appreciation for his talents. Her eyes held the weight of her responsibility, the burdens of leadership etched into her gaze. But they also shone with hope, a glimmer of optimism that Kofi found both inspiring and daunting. She had a need for Kofi's unique skills, a task that required not just talent, but heart and soul. She laid out her request with a sense of urgency, her voice steady but filled with an underlying plea.
The kingdom is in danger, Kofi. We face threats from within and without. Jealousy and strife brew in neighboring lands. I desire peace, but it is a fragile thing, easily shattered. I need a symbol of unity, a beacon of hope that can bring our people together, something that can remind us of our shared heritage and common goals. I need a Kente cloth like no other, one that embodies the spirit of Ashanti and the hope for a peaceful future.
Kofi listened intently, his heart pounding with the enormity of the task before him. He understood the weight of her words, the importance of the mission she was entrusting to him. This was not just a cloth, it was a symbol of peace, a tangible representation of the Queen's hopes and dreams for her people. This was a symbol of peace, a beacon that could unite the kingdom in times of strife.
I vow to create something extraordinary, something that will stand the test of time and be a source of pride for our people. I will weave all my skill and love for Ashanti into it, ensuring that every thread tells a story of unity and hope.
To gather materials, Kofi journeyed deep into the forest. This was no ordinary forest, it was the heart of Ashanti. Ancestral spirits resided there. Ancient magic pulsed beneath its canopy. Kofi felt their watchful eyes. He moved with respect. He knew he was a guest in their home.
The forest welcomes me.
Monkeys chattered greetings from the trees. Butterflies like living jewels guided his path. He felt a sense of peace settle upon him.
The spirits of the forest appear to me. They are not frightening, they are my ancestors. They carry wisdom and guidance.
They spoke to him in whispers. They revealed the secrets of the forest. He listened with an open heart. He knew this was a sacred task. The spirits led Kofi to a hidden clearing. There, bathed in sunlight, grew a cotton plant. But this was no ordinary cotton. Its bolls glowed with an otherworldly light. This was spirit cotton, blessed by the ancestors.
Each bowl holds ancient power. I must treat them with reverence.
As Kofi carefully harvested the cotton, the spirits sang to him. They taught him ancient patterns. These were more than just designs. They held the wisdom of generations. He saw visions as they sang. He saw images of unity and peace. He saw the Ashanti people standing together, strong and proud. These images filled his heart with hope. He knew he was on the right path. The spirits were guiding him. Kofi returned to his workshop. He was filled with purpose. He began working on the Kente cloth. He spun the spirit cotton into thread. It shimmered with an ethereal glow. He dyed it with natural dyes. Each color held a special meaning. He wove under the light of the full moon. Its silvery light bathed the threads in magic.
I pray for peace and unity. I weave my hopes and dreams into this cloth.
As he worked, the patterns came to life under his fingers. They danced across the fabric. They told stories of Ashanti bravery. They whispered of ancient wisdom. The cloth seemed to pulse with energy. It was more than just fabric. It was a vessel of hope. Word of Kofi's magical cloth spread like wildfire through the village. The cloth was said to possess extraordinary powers, capable of bringing prosperity and protection to its owner. It wasn't long before the news reached the ears of a rival king, a man known for his insatiable greed and ambition. This king, consumed by envy and driven by a desire for power, could not stand the thought of Kofi possessing such a treasure. He began to plot, his mind racing with schemes to claim the magical cloth for himself. He believed that with the cloth in his possession, he could become the most powerful ruler in the land. To achieve his goal, he summoned his most trusted sorcerer, a man known for his cunning and dark arts. The king gave him a single clear order: steal the cloth at any cost.
I will take this cloth and its power will be mine. The sorcerer, confident in his abilities, accepted the mission without hesitation.
Under the cover of night, the sorcerer made his way to Kofi's workshop. The air was thick with tension as he approached the loom where the magical cloth was kept. He moved like a phantom, his steps silent, and his presence almost undetectable. The sorcerer prided himself on his stealth and cunning, but Kofi was no ordinary weaver. He was wise and had anticipated such an attempt. He had taken precautions to protect his creation. Kofi had imbued the cloth with powerful protective magic, a safeguard against those who sought to take it by force. As the sorcerer reached out to seize the cloth, a blinding light erupted from it, filling the workshop with an intense, almost otherworldly glow.
"Ah, what is this?" the sorcerer cried out in shock and frustration, his confidence shattered by the unexpected turn of events.
The sorcerer cried out in pain as the light seemed to burn him, its intensity overwhelming his senses. An unseen force threw him back, sending him sprawling across the floor. He had underestimated the cloth's power and the strength of Kofi's magic. He reached out again, but the cloth's protective magic repelled him, its power too great for him to overcome. The spirits of the forest, guardians of the magical cloth, had intervened to protect their own. They would not allow the sorcerer to succeed in his nefarious mission. Defeated and humiliated, the sorcerer fled back into the night, his mission a complete failure. The magical cloth remained safe in Kofi's hands, its power protected by the wisdom and foresight of its creator. Finally, the Kente cloth was complete. It was more magnificent than anyone could have imagined. It shimmered with 1,000 colors. Each thread hummed with power. It was a masterpiece. Kofi presented it to Queen Nana Yaa.
This is incredible. I can feel the magic radiating from it. This is no ordinary cloth. This is a symbol of hope, the answer to my prayers.
She draped the cloth over her shoulders. The effect was immediate. A wave of peace washed over the kingdom. It spread outwards, reaching even the rival lands. The rival king felt its power. He was filled with remorse for his envy. He sought peace with Queen Nana Yaa.